Welcome to High DJ News, where we talk about the current issues affecting America today. Today we will be focusing on GMOs. We'll hear from two sides, Republican side and Democratic side, from both Mr. Potassium and Dr. Ice side. Here we'll look at Mr. Potassium, who is representative of the Democratic side. So Mr. Potassium, can you tell us a little bit about your views?
Yeah, with the Democratic side, we view that GMOs are bad overall, but to be more specific, we have two distinct reasons why.
Please elaborate.
Number one, we believe that if the products are labeled, then it must be dangerous to the people. Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy says families deserve to know what's in their food. Also, Democrat John Tester, the senator of Montana, states the Senate should not be in the business of hiding information from consumers. We Democrats feel that the people should be informed of what is in their foods, not only for their safety, but for their overall health. As you heard, we have many Democratic leaders and Democrats who are pushing against GMOs to help protect people's health.
What are the other reasons the Democratic Party is against GMOs?
Another reason we believe that GMOs are bad is because we feel that they are unhealthy compared to traditional foods. We have found research that says that GMOs are unhealthy and can be dangerous to one's health. Nobel laureate in physiology or medicine, Richard J. Roberts, says the issue with labeling is that merely labeling something based on the method by which it is produced tells you nothing about the safety or otherwise of the product. In general, the Democratic Party disagrees with use of GMOs and finds them unhealthy and dangerous.
Thank you very much for being on our show, and we appreciate your input. But first, now we will hear from Dr. Eyesight. But first, here's a quick picture of a cute monkey from our cameraman, Steve. Thank you, Steve. Now on to our interview with Mr. Eyesight. So, Mr. Eyesight, please explain to us the views the Republican Party has on GMOs and why they are different from the Democratic Party.
Well, Mr. Pfeiffer, the Republican Party has set down on two reasons on what we think about GMOs.
Can you please tell us more specifically about these two reasons?
As a representative of the Republican Party, our first reason is that we think that GMOs are a great achievement for the farmers by increasing their profit on how much food they are growing so they can mass produce enough food for this country and people around the world that need the food that we can mass produce with these GMOs. To further explain, our head Republican leader Donald Trump adds in, "I support the use of technology in food production, which has enabled our American farmers to increase yields to levels never before experienced in the history of the world. Through innovation, American farmers are experienced in the history of the world."
Well, Mr. Eyesight, I see where you're coming from, but could you give us another reason why the Republican Party agrees with the use of GMOs?
Well, Mr. Pfeiffer, a lot of people don't know this, but we have been consuming these foods with GMOs for quite a while. Republicans from Santa Clarita, California says about 70% of our food processed foods are GMOs and have been for decades. So in conclusion, we don't see much of a problem with GMOs because they help provide more food for the people of America, and we have been using them for food for a long time.
Thank you for the Republican side of GMOs. We are really getting the real details of this issue. We have heard from both sides, but now I think it would be beneficial to see how the people feel about this issue. But first, here's a video of a cute cat playing the piano. We're back. So, we have heard so far that GMOs are an important issue in today's society. We have also learned about both Republican and Democratic sides of this issue and what they think about it. Now we get to hear from viewers like you about how you feel about this issue and what the public opinion is on it. So, Isaac, can you tell us about what the public thinks about GMOs?
Thanks, Hayden. The public opinion on GMOs is that they feel that it is unsafe, but there is a good bit of people that are uninformed. From the ABC News poll on how the public feels about GMOs, 52% of the people that answered feel that GMOs are unsafe or consumption, and 13% are now well informed enough to make opinion on GMOs.
Wow, so it sounds like half believe that it's unsafe, but it's shocking that 13% aren't well informed.
Yeah, this could be bad because if people aren't informed on issues like these, it's harder to work on fixing these issues since the public is not informed. But from the same poll, the good news is that 93% of the people in that poll believe that there should indeed be labels on these foods which shows that there is some public knowledge on this issue.
I have a question for you, just out of curiosity. How was this poll done? Like email or in person?
It was actually done by phone calls. The station called in people, viewers of their news, and asked them these questions about GMOs. This is the easiest way for most people since they live busy work lives, and a simple phone call in a day is a good way to get this information. Plus, we managed to get a sample from 1,124 people.
Thanks, Isaac, for this information about this public. So in conclusion, from this newscast today, we have managed to see and hear about the issues of GMOs. Also, we have seen both parties' views on this issue as well as inside and public views from the ABC poll, which showed us very interesting information. So that's going to conclude our newscast on GMOs, and hopefully you, the viewers at home, have learned about GMOs in general and why it's an issue in our country. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. Bye. Did you stop it?
You made a lot of cutting for us. You know,